Treaties between nations are like contracts between individuals. They influence how each party behaves, towards one another and towards the rest of the world. While a contract or a treaty can be withdrawn from, there is a legitimate expectation that this will only be done with careful advance consideration of how this will affect the other parties to the treaty or contract. This is not just a legal expectation, but an expectation of the sort of civility that should apply in relations between people and nations. One also takes for granted that, if the withdrawing party to a contract wants a new or different contract with the same parties, it will say in advance what it wants that new relationship to be. Even now, Ireland has no clear idea what sort of relationship, compatible with the EU rules the UK helped make, the UK wants with the EU, and hence with Ireland. As the country most affected by Brexit, there is thus deep disappointment in Ireland that our neighbour the UK has not been able, in respect of Brexit, to live up to the normal expectations I have just outlined. 44 years ago, Ireland and the UK signed the same contract with one another, and with the 7 other countries that then made up the European Common Market. We each renewed that contract several times, in the UK's case with the sovereign approval of its Parliament. We each expected that the others would continue to honour the contract, and we shaped our institutions and our economies on that basis. In particular, when Ireland and the United Kingdom negotiated the Belfast and St Andrews Agreements, to resolve the ongoing conflicts in and around Northern Ireland, we each did so on the unquestioned assumption that the UK would continue to be an EU member. We each assumed that the freedoms created by membership of the EU could continue to be used to strengthen relations between the two communities in Northern Ireland, between North and South, and between Ireland and Britain. The renegotiation and referendum process that was initiated by David Cameron, which has led to Brexit, seemed to us in Ireland to have been designed in a way that took no account of the obligations and expectations the UK had created in Belfast and at St Andrews. During the renegotiation phase, the Irish Dáil, Enda Kenny, supported Cameron's attempt to improve the special status the UK already had in the EU, even though some of the concessions the UK were given weren't in Ireland's interest. Irish people saw other problems with the process that led to Brexit. The complex UK/EU relationship was reduced to a simple leave or remain choice. While it was clear what remain meant, no effort at all was made by the government sponsoring the referendum to say what sort of leave it would choose.